Saturday Night Live softball from Wichita. Tonight we've got heat, we've got wind, and we got some of the best softball players on the planet. It's the AUSL. It's game number 2 of a 4-game series. The Bandits and the Blaze. Game number 1 was, well, a runaway win for the Bandits. They're the number 1 team in this league for a reason. They do everything well. Taylor McQuillan, all she did was spin 3 shutout innings, and then the Bats took over. How about D Netz, the rookie D Netz with a net gain? She was a perfect 3 for 3 threes for a while. She scored 3 times, she drove in 3 runs, and her first professional homer. D Netz, how do you do? With that win, the Bandits continue to stay in first place in this 4-team league. They've got a record of 7-2. The Talons, the Volts, and the Blaze rounding out this year's field. Hello, everyone. So glad you found us on a Saturday evening here in steamy Wichita with my partner, Kenzie Fowler. I am Eric Collins. And, folks, I'm thrilled you get a chance to see the Bandits. This is what elite softball looks like. Kenzie, they do it really every way possible. And they've gotten better as the season has gone on. And so you look at what they've done in the circle. We saw Taylor McQuillan and her performance last night. Defense, they're one of the best teams in terms of turning double plays. But offensively, 1 through 9, this team rakes. And they're also the fastest team in the league. So they're just so hard to play against. And then for the other side, for the Blaze, this is a team that has come up short the last couple of weekends. They're trying to get in that win column, climb up the standings. But it's a tough task when you're facing the best team in the league and also the best pitcher in the league. Yeah, you mentioned Lexi Kilfoyle. The way she's throwing right now, you can make the argument one of the best pitchers on the planet. She has been dominant in her professional career. Very young. She's still got a lot of softball ahead of her, but she has been spinning it. Her drop and change combo, low in the zone, has been deadly. Look at the ERA, and her 3 wins is atop of the standings in the AUSL. All right, getting ready to get this one started. Let's take a look at the lineup card for the Bandits. They will have the veteran Morgan Zirkle leading things off. Skylar Wallace, D Netz. She gets moved up to the 3-hole with her performance yesterday. Nichols Camarena, Wiz, Dayton, Iacopo is going to be behind the plate. The rookie Corey McMillan from Virginia Tech, and Sydney McKinney, the local product. She played college softball here in this field at Wichita State. That 9 will bat against rookie Emma Lemley. Yeah, the rookie has been really solid the last couple of weekends. She has been pretty much a factor in every weekend. You see the innings and then the breakdown. Look at that rise ball usage. That is her dominant pitch. Every other pitch is going to be a rise ball. She climbs the ladder. She'll throw it low, medium, and high, and spins it very well. Okay, let's do it. We are underway. First pitch swinging, Zirkle into foul territory, and the play is not made. Oof. There's a collision there between Bailey Klingler and the acting head coach, Courtney Martinez. Oh, they're going to call her out. That is going to be interference, and that's going to be the first out of the game. I don't know if I've ever seen this live before. Oh, my goodness. First pitch of the game? Wow. Technically, it's obstruction. Obstruction is when the defense hinders someone trying to make a play. But that is the acting head coach, Courtney Martinez, taking over for Stacy Newman-Denise, who's missing the game today. And interesting how she's involved in the action 1 pitch into the game. That's like one of those things in softball where you're entered into a game defensively. We always joke the ball is going to find you. I guess that also applies to the coaching staff, but just a unique start to this game. Wow. I actually don't think that Klingler was going to make the play. But you never know. Hot take. Here's Skylar Wallace. How do you score that? P2? I don't even know. Just out of the box? I'm going to put like a 5 down there just because the third baseman was the closest. Lemley's throwing hard early. Ball and 2 strikes to Wallace. Native of Woodstock, Georgia. Finished her college experience at Florida. Talked to her yesterday mid-game. Skylar Wallace saying, doesn't make a difference what the temperature is, you will always see her with sleeves on. And she says tights as well. Into left field gap. That's got a chance to get down. It gets past Aaliyah Andrews, and that'll bounce over the fence. That'll be a ground rule double. Aaliyah almost had another magical catch as she's prone to. Can't quite get there, and to run her on second.
Skylar Wallace is one of 3 players in the AUSL who have reached base on every single game this season. Look at the effort out in center field from Aaliyah Andrews. You love to see that, especially in the pitcher. It tells you that the defense behind you is ready to go here in the first, but Skylar Wallace hit that ball very well.
She happened to hit it right where the wind is blowing out to, so maybe that helped it get past Andrews a little quicker than normal. And we're going to have a timeout as Aaliyah is going to be looked at, I think.
To be honest, I'm sure she's just catching her breath. I'm sure kind of got the wind knocked out of her a little bit. Just look at that extension. Look at that effort. Oh, man, just a foot away. What a catch that would have been.
Yeah, well, week 1 here on this field, we saw Aaliyah lay out, and she actually ran into the fence at center and had to come out of the game. But clearly, she's still fearless.
You love that in a center fielder. Obviously, you want your center fielder to cover the most ground, but you want your center fielder to have just a little bit different mindset.
There's Elisa Goller calling the shots with the Blaze. Goller working year-round, calling shots. She's Division I head coach at Western Illinois. She's one of the best softball players to ever come out of a very softball-heavy part of the world. She is a Chicagoan. Ended up leaving the Midwest to head down to Georgia. She's one of the best Bulldogs ever. Played professionally for many, many, many years. And now the head coach with the Blaze of the AUSL. And I think we may have like a lineup card kind of goofy thing going on. I don't know what this is, but we've got both head coaches talking things over with the 3 umpires for today's game.
So we've already had a coach's interference or obstruction, whatever you want to call it. Now we're having a lineup issue.
Home plate umpires Lyndon Baptiste. He's got the clipper out, figured things out, making some notes. And it's a play on.
They're not going to tell us. All right.
Okay, so we got 1 out. We've got Skylar Wallace on at second. And D Netz will bat. Devin was a Nets positive yesterday. She was never retired. Went 3 for 3. Hit her first professional homer. Drove in 3 and scored 3 runs. She's wearing number 34. She probably should change it today to number 33. Eleven hits and 28 professional at-bats. There's a quality strike in her half. Wow, took her a little bit of time to get used to the pro game, but she's figured it out. Popped up. Wind's going to be a factor all day long. And the catch is made by the third baseman Klingler. Let's talk defensively for the Blaze. You got Otis, Andrews, and Briggs in the outfield from left to right. Left side of the infield, Bailey Klingler and Anissa Urtez. Leach and Gibson Horton right side. Kayla Kowalik behind the plate. Bubba Nichols-Camarena. Swings at the first pitch, and this one's popped up. The wind will keep it right in play, and the catch is made by Gibson Horton. So the side is retired. Bandits scoreless. The Blaze heading to the bat rack. Welcome back. Bandits aren't able to score in their half of the first inning. Now the Blaze will get their chance. Take a look at the lineup card. Ciara Briggs leads things off. Aubrey Leach could do a lot of different things. She's in the 2-hole. Bailey Klingler, her first hitless game of the season came last night. Gibson Horton, Otis, Shipman Trout, her first game as a Blaze member. Anissa Urtez, Kowalik, and Aaliyah Andrews rounding out the 9. They will bat against maybe the best pitcher in the league so far through 2 weeks, Lexi Guilfoyle.
Now this is the first overall pick pick in the AUSL draft earlier this year, and is a drop ball dominant pitcher. You'll see her also work that change. She can throw that change of any count, so consistent with it for strikes. A lot of ground ball outs.
First ball swinging, and Briggs gets her first base hit of the year. Ciara Briggs had been 0 for 8, but swings at the first pitch and is aboard to begin the bottom of the first inning.
I love the aggressive mindset. First pitch, Ciara Briggs, who hadn't been in the leadoff spot until this weekend. The Blaze have just been trying to find something that works offensively for them to try and get themselves a couple of wins here in the AUSL. So first pitch, swinging away, looking down in the zone. Good piece of hitting.
Here's Aubrey Leach, takes called strike 1. Aubrey Leach did not get a hit yesterday, but was aboard twice, drew 2 walks. Tough customer. Veteran hitter from the Houston area, closely associated with Tennessee for many, many, many years. Swung on. And the count is now 1-2. Oh, I'm sorry, that's strike 3. So Leach strikes out. That's the first out recorded by Kilfoyle. Defensively behind Kilfoyle, you've got Dayton circle, Nichols, Camarena. Wiz, Wallace, McKinney, Netz on the infield with Mary Iacopo behind the plate. Here's Bailey Klingler. 0 for 2 yesterday. Had snapped an 8-game hitting streak. Up the middle, could be a double play. To second for 1, on to first. Not in time. Klingler runs well enough, and the inning continues.
This is what we're going to see a lot today with Lexi Kilfoyle in the circle, and that's balls on the ground. The defense behind her ready to go. Trying to turn it, just not quick enough.
Here's Danielle Gibson-Horton. Two of the 5 homers that the Blaze have hit this year have been hit by Gibson-Horton. 9 hits and 27 at-bats. Coming back after a full year off last year. On the ground, picked up by the first baseman. Metz steps on the bag, and the side is retired. So everything on the ground against the Lexi Kilfoyle here in our first inning. Welcome to the Athletes Unlimited Softball League, fueled by Gatorade. We've got 1 innings in the books, no score. Game 2 of this 4-game series between the Bandits and the Blaze. They've already got a defensive change. Ciara Briggs, who began the game in right field, has now moved over to center field. Aaliyah Andrews is out of the game right now. So with Briggs in center, the new right fielder is Kaylee Harding. Welcome to the game, Kaylee.
Andrews went down hard last inning, going for that Skylar Wallace double with that big dive. Hope she's all right.
Delaney Wiz will lead things off. Called strike 1. It'll be Wiz, Bella Dayton, Mary Iacopo batting against Emma Lemley. A little bit late.
The pitch that Emma Lemley needs the most is that outside corner, that curveball. Her best pitch is her rise ball. So it's just how can she set up the count to get to that rise and let it run.
A little bit low.
Doesn't throw a drop, so if something's low, it's typically going to be her curveball. Brings good velocity, mid to high 60s.
A little bit outside. I've been watching Delaney Wiz for a number of years now, both as a college player and as a pro, and every single time before the pitch comes in, she'll take her right hand and whack herself on the right thigh. There it is. Yeah.
You can't be sitting here watching all of our little ticks as softball players. You'll be here forever because we all have them. All of us. Whether it's a pat to the leg or something with your hand, rubbing the dirt.
Pop foul and out of play. Now in that first inning against Lemley, Bandits batters 3 pop-ups. Lemley's a rise ball pitcher. Ball's going up in the air. That's a really good at bat for Wiz. Started down 0-2 and then works his way onto the walk. Now, just like yesterday, it is hot. 90 degrees, feels even warmer, with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour.
I was joking earlier that it feels like we're in a hairdryer a little bit. It's been a struggle for the hair today, I'm not gonna lie.
Wind is blowing out to left field. Very similar to last night, but we had just 1 home run in our game yesterday.
If you can get that ball up left center field, who knows? That flag, wow.
Bella Dayton, the batter. I was talking to Bella earlier today, and fun fact about her, she's actually received paychecks playing professional softball in Europe and in Mexico before she first received a paycheck to play here in the United States. She's been a pro over in Italy and a pro in Mexico. And this is her first go around with the AUSL.
Has been a member of the Italian national team. Think about where our sport is headed with the LA Olympics just around the corner. A player like Bella Dayton you could see on that stage with the Italian Olympic team possibly.
Hey, we've got one player in the league, Erica Biancastelli,
Yep.
who played in the Olympics for Team Italy back in 2021.
When Bella was in college, so wouldn't have been possible for her to be on the Olympics then, but definitely this go around, you bet.
Slapped into left field. Wind may take it. It does. That'll be a gapper. Here comes Wiz. She's being waved around third. The throw. Not in time, and the Bandits take a 1-0 lead.
Well, the outfield for the Blaze was playing well in. You can see where Briggs in center and Otis in left, how far they have to run to go chase this down all the way to the warning track. Delaney Wiz on her horse all the way from first base. Bella Dayton is so tough to play against because she is a triple threat, meaning she can swing away like we just saw there. She can chop slap and use the dirt or drag bunt. So you just do not know where to play her defensively, and she takes advantage.
Bandits won yesterday 11-2, off to a good start here on a Saturday night. Mary Iacopo will bat. Yesterday's catcher, Jordan Roberts, getting the night off, at least at the onset. Iacopo to the shortstop, Urtez, who can't make the play. I think the wind may have pushed it at the last moment, and she can't squeeze it. So still nobody out here in the second inning.
Man, this is a ball that Anissa Urtez can catch with her eyes closed, and that's, I think, just the wind. Almost like she tripped a little bit. There's just a lot going on. A very simple fly ball, and the infield turns into another runner on base.
Here's Corey McMillan. And I'll tell you what, folks, everyone in Blacksburg, Virginia right now is mesmerized with what's happening here in Wichita. You've got 2 recent Hokies battling against each other. McMillan against Lemley.
I've been waiting for this matchup. We knew that we were going to get it this weekend, just didn't know when, and here it is. Got to see them hug yesterday before the series opener, take a couple of pictures together.
How often, as a college player, would you see the best pitcher on your team? If you're a position player, how often would you be able to get a chance to take BP off of her?
Well, all the time. I mean, you're In college, you're training from September, say, when you get on campus, to January. Season starts in February, and you have to pitch against someone. You have to see live at-bats, whether you're a pitcher or a hitter. You're constantly scrimmaging, and you face each other a lot.
So on an off day on a Monday, mid-season, Lemley would possibly throw full out against McMillan.
Maybe not in season. Sometimes you'll have stand-ins where, you know, you'll have your best hitter, you know, come. I would do this, have my best hitter come to the bullpen and say, hey, tell me what you're seeing. Just see a couple of pitches where they're not swinging away, but you're seeing your stuff. Also, it's good to train the eyes as a hitter.
Went too far, and McMillan strikes out against Lemley, and Lemley had to smile at her as she sends McMillan back to the dugout.
A little bit of a check swing goes the way of Emma Lemley. Yep, I think she went. I think that's a good call.
So Lemley didn't have a strikeout, 7 batters into the game, and then she gets her buddy. This could be 2. To second for 1. Leach's throw to first, not in time. Sydney McKinney beats the relay throw to first. And we've now got 2 outs and runners onto the corners for the Bandits.
Center field, Morgan Zirkle.
All right, inning should be over. But the error by the shortstop, Urtez, giving the Bandits an extra out. And it'll be Morgan Zirkle coming to the plate for the 2nd time in as many innings. This is the 2nd consecutive game that she has batted in the 2nd inning.
We just also think about how this inning started with a leadoff walk. I always circle that in my scorebook. That leadoff walk does come around to score on the Bella Dayton RBI double. When you're playing against the best team in the league, which is the Bandits right now, you cannot give an offense like this extra outs, and you're looking at a walk and the error.
Zirkle began our game hitting the ball in the air. It actually was never caught by anyone, but she was ruled out. If you weren't with us, Bailey Klingler, the third baseman for the Blaze, was going after it and ran into the third base coach, Courtney Martinez, and it was ruled interference. And that play actually took Zirkle's batting average below 400. She was hitting 406. She's now down at 398. Still got time to get back up to 400. 29-year-old Morgan Zirkle. Swatted into left field. That's a gapper. 1 run will score. Let's see if they'll send McKinney. She's being waved. The throw not nearly in time. It's a 2-run double for Zirkle.
This team can flat out run. It is so fun to watch them hit it, and then you get the people on base. And I'm looking at the bottom of this lineup and the speed that we have seen just this inning alone. Bella Dayton, Sid McKinney, Morgan Zirkle can all just flat out fly. And almost the exact same hit that we saw from Skylar Wallace a couple batters ago.
Zirkle the run on at second, 2 outs. Second AB for Wallace. Had that double back in the first inning off of Lemley. Hard on the ground, that one will make it through. Zirkle, she'll make it home. That's the 4th run of the inning for the Bandits. So just like last night when the Bandits had a 4-run 3rd inning, tonight they have a 4-run 2nd inning.
And it's so impressive to see what they've been able to do offensively without hitting a ton of home runs. Like, this is a team that puts up big numbers, scores a lot of runs, but yes, they hit home runs. They have home run power. We saw it from D Netz yesterday, but they don't lead the league in home runs. That's the Talons. They lead the league in home runs there. So they're just solid 1 through 9. Doubles and singles, the stolen bases. We talked about that a bunch yesterday. I'm sure we'll see some players run. I'm thinking right now might be a good time to go. Skylar Wallace at first.
She bluffs. Yeah, I think the mark of a good team, any level of softball, is a team that's opportunistic. You give them an extra out, they make you pay. And that's what's happened here in the 2nd inning. 14 stolen bases through the first 9 games.
For context, the other 3 teams in the league have a combined 7 stolen bases.
Down to second base, and Wallace is caught with her hand in the cookie jar. That was a beautiful peg by the catcher, Kowalik. Kayla Kowalik threw an absolute seed down to second, and that'll end at the top of the second inning.
Time for a mini t-shirt toss for fans of the Blaze. Let me hear ya.
Bandits score 4 times. They lead the Blaze 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. Kansas on a steamy Saturday night. Wilkins Stadium, 4-0 lead for the Bandits over the Blaze. This is the first year of the Athletes Unlimited Softball League, and a major partner has been Major League Baseball, actually an official partner of AUSL. This is a one-time deal. It's a multi-year investment in women's professional softball. Exclusive games broadcast right here on MLB Network. Just one of the many ways that MLB and the AUSL are coexisting famously.
Yeah, first ever partnership MLB has made with the Professional Women's League. It's so big time, and you can feel it. The softball community is very excited. I remember where I was actually calling a game when the news broke, and I was kind of having to gather myself a little bit. I was like, wait, let me read this correctly. MLB is investing in the league this summer, AUSL? Yes. Okay, this feels different. It was very exciting.
Corby Otis leads things off, left fielder. Batting against Lexi Kilfoyle. You can see that down ball. And Otis just barely able to tip at the plate.
Yeah, Lexi Kilfoyle, for how hard she throws, mid to upper 60s, the movement that she gets on her drop is amazing. 43 feet from the rubber to home plate, which is not a lot of room. She makes it dance.
First ball hit in the air by the Blaze, and it's tracked down in right field by Bubba Nichols-Killarena. That is out number 1. Now, for many years, baseball and softball have gone hand in hand together. And you just see it all over the world of Major League Baseball. Dave Roberts, longtime skipper with the Dodgers. His niece, Ella Parker, playing for that juggernaut, Patty Gasso's Oklahoma Sooners. Jazz Chisholm with the New York Yankees. His grandmother played softball for the Bahamian national team. How about that? And Bobby Witt Jr.'s wife, a college softball player. Fun stuff. Allie Shipman in her first at-bat as a member of the Blaze, grounds out right side. Can't blame her. She's a little bit leg weary. She's been all over the last couple of days. She actually woke up this morning. Allie Shipman did in Norman, Oklahoma as a member of the Talons. Was released and immediately picked up by the Blaze, and she's in the starting lineup today. Here's Anissa Urtez, veteran shortstop.
Ball there from Kilfoyle. Don't see her use that pitch very often, but the first pitch, Urtez was looking down. You saw her swing at that drop ball inside, so Kilfoyle trying to offset that, go upstairs a little bit.
Lashed into left field. Urtez has herself a base hit. And that's got to feel real good for Anissa. She made a rare error in the top of the second inning, which directly coincided with the 4-run scoring for the Bandits. At least she's getting a little bit of atonement here with the bat.
Yeah, another look at a drop ball on the inner half from Kilfoyle and just sits on it. It's about as hard as you can hit it through the 5-6 hole.
Here's Kayla Kowalik. Kowalik, 3 hits on the year. Former all-everything performer at Kentucky. Currently on the Texas Tech coaching staff. Little number. Kowalik can really run. Safe at first. Kilfoyle tried to flip it with the glove, and Kowalik beats it out. That'll be an infield single.
A little bit of a shrug from Kowalik, but she'll take it. A swinging bunt And this is just because of the drop ball movement that Kilfoyle gets a lot of rollover ground ball outs, but that was a nifty effort there. A little glove flip on the backhand. Yep, she's safe, but close play.
Here's Kaylee Harding. Going to get a chance to bat. This is Aaliyah Andrews' spot in the order, but Andrews had to come out of the game after diving in center field in the first inning. So Harding getting a chance. I'm sure she came to the ballpark thinking she was going to play at some point. Maybe not in the second inning. Second-year pro from Florida State. Ball and a strike. Kilfoyle trying to get back to that dugout. Her team has put up 4 runs here in the top of the second inning. Trying to make it hold up. Popped up. 2-2.
Man, you can really see the ball move in the air with these pop-ups and the wind that we're having here in Wichita.
Yeah, I thought for sure that was going to go into the bullpen.
Me too.
Yeah. With wind like that, ball doesn't always come down where you think it's going to come down. Harding backs away. 3-2. Both runners will be off with the pitch. Little number. I've noticed that the catcher, Iacopo, frequently smacks her glove right before the pitch is coming in. Is that something for Kilfoyle to key off of, or is that something to distract the hitter?
I think it's just Mary kind of getting herself going, trying to get Kilfoyle going a little bit. She's always done that. Watched her a lot at Oregon and at Texas. I love it. You can hear it.
Good job by Harding. Facing maybe the best pitcher in the league so far in 2025, and she's seen a whole bunch of pitches.
It's a great at-bat.
Off speed, a beauty! Harding didn't see that coming, and Kilfoyle strikes her out. So it's a 4-0 lead for the Bandits as the third inning comes next. Welcome back, everyone. It is a 4-0 lead for the Bandits on top of the Blaze. We're going to play the top of the third inning.
Here we go. 3 up, 3 down. 3 up, 3 down. Here we go. Yellow. Yellow.
And for those with a discerning ear, you just heard Danielle Gibson-Horton, our first baseman. She's wearing a microphone and an earpiece, so we can listen to her.
Yep.
And kind of get a perspective there. Hey, Danielle, how you doing?
How's it going? I'm doing great.
Seems like you're tortured. Every time I look at you, you got the sunglasses on and you're looking directly into the sun over there at first base.
You know, yes, every day we play at this time. I'm like, can I just get the sun down or not in my eyes? Hey, that's a good pitch. You keep working there. That's a good pitch. Yeah, so the sun's brutal, but we're good. We're managing.
There's been a little bit of cloud coverage that's kind of come and gone a little bit, but it looks like the sun is out for now.
Can the cloud coverage come on on defense, please?
I bet. I bet.
Come on.
Hard hit to right.
Good.
Harding makes the play.
Great
1
pitch.
down.
Danielle, tell us how it feels to be back. You took a year off last year.
Feels great. I feel like the year off, having the baby, I definitely feel like I'm in the moment a little bit more than I used to be. So I'm practicing what I preach to our girls at Arkansas, and I'm enjoying it a little bit more than I normally do, which is cool. Yeah, Lem, this pitch. This pitch.
Yeah, let's talk about your son, Whitley.
Yeah, he's 7 months old. 7 months old, and he's out in the Legends Lounge. My husband just rides out every game in there. Shows up every game, and you know, I always say Whit sleeps better when we lose or when we win. So
there you go.
Get these wins going, you know.
Well, You can't see, but we just showed him. He's on dad duty over here.
He sure is. He's the best dad. He's the best dad. Yeah, Lem. Yeah, Lem. Hey, this pitch. Hey, right here. Come on, go get it.
High pop-up. The wind's going to be a factor.
Good.
And the catch is made
Core.
by Otis. 2 down.
You've been traveling with him through this season, right?
Yeah, he came to every series except for Florida. Great job, great pitch. So that was a 4-day series, and so he stayed home, but he's been everywhere. He's been everywhere with Arkansas. I'm blessed to have Courtney as our head, to allow me to do that and just embrace that aspect too. It's been cool, and so the transition of college to professional has been. The travel has been a little bit easier. I've learned some things each time, so just trying to make it as efficient as possible.
Yeah, how's the training affected you? Clearly, you probably can't get as many swings as you used to. Are you just trying to be more effective with your time?
Exactly that, I think. Come on. Being okay with doing what I can when I can has been the biggest thing, and then having this confidence in that of not being so rigid of like I have to get 100 swings or I gotta, hit BP every single day or hit 75 every single day. Just like doing what I can. Come on, hop up. Doing what I can when I can and having the confidence in that piece. So I feel like I've grown a lot as a person confidently since having him, especially in the sport. So it's been cool.
Well, we're taking our chances talking to you here with 2 outs, but hey, we'll take our chances. Tell us about what you have upcoming. I know that you have some exciting things playing with Team USA soon.
Yeah, I'm excited to fulfill that and go and play in Oklahoma City with Coach Gasso and their amazing staff, and get to play with some of my friends too that are on the team.
Yeah.
And then also get to play with Bree, and we've got Robin Herron, one of our pitchers at Arkansas, who's going to be there. So it's going to be pretty cool to be with them doing it as well.
Snap down the left field line. That one will get down. That'll be extra bases. Bella Dayton going to stop at second.
See you. You got it. No hurt. You got this pitch right here.
So a 2-out base runner for the Bandits, already up by a score of 4-0. Danielle, just curious. I've always, watched you and kind of fallen in love with your swing. You've got that beautiful, seemingly natural left-handed swing. It's like a Jessica Mendoza, Katie Cochran type of swing.
Yeah.
Has that always been kind of who you are, or have you kind of worked hard to fine-tune it?
Come on. Go get it. Good.
Wouldn't you know it?
3 outs, baby.
She'll take it.
Telling me I look like Jessica Mendoza.
I guess there's no response needed for that, right?
Yeah.
Just take the compliment.
Thank you. I do. I will.
Thank you, Danielle. Great stuff.
Job. See you. What do you think of that? Yeah, guys.
Welcome back, everyone. Bottom of the 3rd inning. It is a 4-0 lead for the Bandits, taking on the Blaze for the 2nd consecutive night. Danielle Gibson Horton, so nice to talk to us. That is her baby, Whitley, right?
Yes. Her son right there. So cute. Yeah, she's been traveling with him, not only here in the professional league with AUSL, but is an assistant coach at Arkansas and was traveling with him in the SEC. Do you think you set up a frequent flyer account early, right?
I think you got to pay for it.
Or do babies travel for free?
Yeah, that'd be something, though. Can you imagine? Before you can walk, you've already got a free ticket to Pullman or something.
Well, like, so cool. Like, before he's even 1 year old, he's already traveled to so many different cities and states.
Yeah.
That's what softball does for you. I would not have traveled to half of the states that I did growing up, or even now sitting here with you in Wichita. Like, there's no way I would have traveled as much as I did had I not played softball.
Yeah, the sports world is, I've done a game in 46 of the 50 states.
I knew that you would know. You would have a stat. So what is left on your list? Where have not you?
I've never done a sporting event in Wyoming, Maine,
Okay.
New Hampshire,
Okay.
and somewhere else northeast.
You've done a sporting event in Alaska?
I did. Great Alaska Shootout basketball tournament. Yeah, it was a good time.
Hawaii?
Oh, yeah. The Hula Bowl. For some reason, I remember it. I can tell you the producer was, too. Leadoff walk to Ciara Briggs.
Okay, well,
so the 2nd consecutive time she's aboard.
You're missing one state. We're going to have
Montana. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Montana.
There you go.
Montana, Wyoming, Maine, and New Hampshire. Folks, if you got a gig and you do it, come in.
Gotta check off his bucket list.
Aubrey Leach fouls it right back to the screen. Leach struck out back in the first inning, looking for her first hit of the series. Oh, ball just slips away from Kilfoyle. That's technically a pitch, and the runner scoots down to second base.
Yeah, live ball. Trying to see where she loses it right as she's coming forward.
Hit the hip.
Yep.
How often did that happen to you?
Oh, not every game, but maybe once or twice a year.
Wow. Okay. Lashed into right field. That'll get down. Leach has got herself a base hit. They'll stop Briggs at third. So runners on at the corners, nobody out, and the Blaze have something cooking.
Well, when the Bandits scored their first run in the second inning, it was a leadoff walk that started the spark offensively. And so now here, the Bandits defensively, Lexi Kilfoyle allows that leadoff walk to the leadoff, Ciara Briggs. She now finds herself at third base, and then it's so key, Aubrey Leach, you get that free pass. She was not able to advance Ciara Briggs over in her last at-bat. She's able to swing away because of that little miss pitch, if you will, by Lexi Kilfoyle. So this is as good an opportunity as we have seen the Blaze have this weekend.
And this, folks, is unusual. Bailey Klingler is the scheduled batter. Klingler's hitting .516 on the year, but she's not going to bat here. We have a pinch hitter. Anna Gold is going to hit. Now, she can play, but a real interesting decision right now for Klingler not to bat and Gold to replace her.
I'm stunned. Bailey Klingler is one of the hottest hitters, if not the hottest hitter in the AUSL right now.
Yeah, Gold, no slouch at all. No shade at all thrown on Gold. But Klingler is red hot. She came into this game hitting .516 with 16 hits and 31 at bats. Bouncer, that'll make it through. A run scores. It's the first one of the night for the Blaze, and it's now a 4-1 game. Still nobody out, and the decision to bring Gold into the game pays off for the Blaze.
So the leadoff walk comes around to score, and a little bit of an interesting gamble. You bat for your 3-hole hitter. Anna Gold, though, she is a hitter who has been in the lineup this whole season. She's a starter, so it's just kind of unique to see her come in and pinch hit in the situation that she did, but it pays off. She gets it done.
Here's Danielle Gibson-Horton. And a delayed steal.
Wow.
Is effective. Aubrey Leach saw that they weren't paying close attention to her, and in the throwback to the circle, she takes third.
This is what I need to see from the Blaze. This is a team that needs to be aggressive. They need to do something a little bit different. They only have one win on the season. I love it. This is Aubrey Leach just reading Lexi Kilfoyle. That's big time. It's the little things in this league. The double plays, the stolen bases, the walks, all those little extra 60 feet, you can get right back in this game.
So it's a double steal as Leach moves to third, and with the throw going to third, Klingler decided to take an extra bag as well. Still nobody out. Gibson-Horton swings through that pitch. Maybe one of the reasons, the thinking to have Leach go, is you're seeing how hard it is to get a huge rally against Kilfoyle. It's nothing but ground balls. Sometimes it takes 3 singles to get a run as opposed to playing for doubles and homers. Another ball on the ground, and it gets through. Leach scores. Still nobody out, and once again, runners on at the corners. Netz just didn't get the glove down. Now this is Blaze softball.
Yeah, this team offensively, they have been able to hit it. Of course, yesterday it was their worst offensive performance of the season, being only 1 hit by Taylor McQuillan and Sarah Willis. But this is a team that offense has not been their weakness. They have been solid on defense. They have been solid on offense. It's been in the circle where they have just had some issues.
Corby Otis, flat out to right. Ball and a strike to Otis. One of the secret weapons of Lexi Kilfoyle is she's a double play waiting to happen because of all the ground ball outs. There goes Gibson Horton, who'll make it down to second without a throw. She's running at about 75% speed. So they give her an extra base. Third stolen base of the inning for the Blaze. And all of a sudden, Kilfoyle looks human.
To me, that's what base running can do to a pitcher. Just puts a little bit more pressure on. If you can make a pitcher just feel that pressure, feel that tension, changes her pitches, and now you see another walk.
5 consecutive Blaze batters have now reached against Kilfoyle. So the second time through the order has been nothing but a rousing success for the Blaze against Kilfoyle. A walk, 3 consecutive singles, and then the walk to Otis. That's what the bottom of the third has looked like. Here's Allie Shipman. Shipman joining the team earlier today. Actually drove here from Norman, Oklahoma. Her second look at Kilfoyle.
Shipman, a reserve player that the Blaze picked up. Taylor Edwards now on the injured list. And Shipman, a solid catcher and has played already in this league this season with the Talons, has 2 home runs on the season.
Chased a pitch down in the dirt. Kilfoyle gets the strikeout she craved. That's the first out of the inning. Third strikeout of the game for Kilfoyle.
Well, that's a huge out because now bases loaded, 1 out. We've been talking about how Lexi Kilfoyle is a pitcher that likes to roll double plays. She can get out of this inning with just 1 swing.
Anissa Urtez, playing with a chip on her shoulder, made an error a couple innings ago that led to some run scoring for the Bandits. She atoned with a single an inning ago and now has a chance to do even more damage with a base hit here. Off speed for a strike, 1-1.
A little bit interesting back-to-back changeups against Anissa Urtez, who had a single in her last at-bat off of Lexi Kilfoyle. She hit that drop ball very sharply to left field.
1-2.
Blaze fans, bases are loaded, and let me see those Blaze fingers in the air.
Gold at third, Gibson Horton follows her at second, Otis at first.
Ooh. Just missed there.
Got her. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kilfoyle.
Well, who needs a double play? You can just throw a drop ball, throw a curveball, and get back-to-back strikeouts when you need it. This is a little bit of an off-speed curve, so it's breaking away from Urtez. It's also slower than her hardest stuff. What a time to pull out that pitch.
Here's Kayla Kowalik. Kowalik hit a dribbler down the first base line an inning ago and beat it out with that great speed she has. Eighth bat of the inning for the Blaze. 2-0. You know, Kilfoyle doesn't want to go 3-0 with the bases loaded. This is going to have to be a strike. Kowalik knows it. Uh-oh. 3-0. Now Kowalik will now have the bat cemented to her left shoulder. 3-0. A wild one here, and a run scores. Oh, she swings! And it's going to be caught in left field by Bella Dayton. A 3-0 swing by Kowalik results in out number 3. And the side is retired. But the Blaze do score 2 times. It's a 4-2 ball game. We've made it to the top of the 4th inning. The best team in the league, the Bandits, with a 4-2 lead on the Blaze. Bandits coming into this one with a 7-2 mark through the first 9 games. And an instrumental part of who they are as a team, the general manager, Jenny Dalton-Hill. She's going to join us this half inning. Jenny Dalton-Hill, how you doing?
Doing great, guys. Thanks for being here. It's so fun to be on TV for all of these games.
You have clearly done a fantastic job assembling this team. When you made your decisions off-season, the draft and college draft and the inaugural draft, and just finding these players, did you really have a good feeling coming into the season? Are you surprised that you guys are 7-2?
No, I think the way that we drafted this team came down to making sure we were balanced with power on both sides of the plate, make sure we had the long ball hitter left and right, and then our pitching staff, we tried to make sure they were really diverse, make sure we had good down ball pitchers, which was our first draft pick in Lexi Kilfoyle, and then go up in some of the other pitchers, get good off speed with Swilly, make sure that we just had different things that other teams would have to prepare for in attack and not be so just one-dimensional.
Year 1, here we go. Season as a GM, how has it gone? How's it feel?
Well, Kinsey, it's kind of funny. Whenever you come to the field, you know, you want to do something. You want to coach. And so being a GM has been a little bit bumpy, just trying to figure out what a GM does. Before we came to Rosemont to start this season, I had put in phone calls to my friends that are GMs, but a lot of them are minor league GMs. And a GM in this space is not like a minor league GM. We're not in charge of ticketing and marketing and advertising. We truly are being treated like major league pro GMs, and because of that, it's been hard to navigate the space because we've never had that position in our sport before. It's been great having Kim Ng be our commissioner and kind of walk us through what that looks like, but more than anything, we're just still navigating how to be a professional GM because we've never done it.
Can you paint the picture? You obviously were an All-American, one of the greatest players of your generation, but that was back in the 90s when you played at Arizona. The options to continue and possibly be involved in something like this just simply didn't exist 30 years ago. It's amazing the distance that we have come from then to now.
Wow, I think you just called me old in a really respectful way, but
he's also calling himself old, so
it's true. He was there too. But you're right. We did not have the national championship game wasn't even on TV when I played in 1993 in my freshman season. We were tape delayed, edited for time. So to see how much the game has grown has really become what TV has been able to do. It's given us eyes all over the world, and the best players are able to be showcased, and I'm so grateful that we now have a pro space for them to continue to play, because it felt like before you just aged out. You didn't finish playing, you just got too old. And so now we have a spot for them to be able to come and showcase their talents, not just in the international leagues all across the world, but now here in the States.
Well, that leads us exactly to where I wanted to take you, which is how you played professional, you know, I would say softball, but it was baseball at the time, right? That was your opportunity to play in the pro space. You played baseball and you've coached baseball. You're still involved in USA Baseball, so I think you're a great person to talk to as we're sitting here on MLB Network talking about, you know, the partnership with MLB and AUSL and how you have been in both of those spaces. So number one, what was it like to play professional baseball? And then number two, what are maybe the biggest differences in our sports?
Well, I think it's really neat that MLB has been able to step on as a strategic partner.
Catch is made out there in left field by Otis, 1 down.
But that strategic partnership helps the longevity of this league. We've had a lot of iterations of pro softball, but what's happened is they've been independently run and the teams have been independently based, and because of that, certain teams have been treated differently, and we haven't been able to see that find its way into a permanent space. So the way that this has been brought forward, and with Kim Ng at the head, we've been able to bring aboard a partner like MLB that gives us the knowledge on how to make this a better product for the fans at home to watch, a better environment for these players to play in.
Lashed into right field, another base hit for Zirkle, and they will stop McMillan at third, and good reason. Harding with a peg coming to the plate. Runners on at the corners with one out now. Now the commissioner of the AUSL, Kim Ng, has done an absolutely bang-up job. She just brings gravitas, reputation to what we're doing here. And her quote, "This is a watershed moment for women's sports and especially for softball. MLB's investment will supercharge our efforts to build the sustainable professional league this sport has long deserved." Not only Kim Ng reaching exalted status in the world of Major League Baseball, but her roots in the world of softball. Was a 4-year player at the University of Chicago. She understands both sports, and the fact that she's fully invested clearly has made a difference.
Super special to have someone with the baseball background of Kim, and then also with Jenny, one of our GMs.
Well, and the way that we've been able to just merge those experiences into this place has been so pivotal, to be able to come in with the experience of the baseball world being the professional space. You mentioned it, Kenzie. I did leave the college game after my national championship in 1996 and was approached by the Colorado Silver Bullets, which was a professional baseball team, and the pro softball opportunity just did not pay enough. And so for me, going to pro baseball was the next step, and able to play under Phil Niekro. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame that season, and we got to sit front row, and Cooperstown is pretty cool to be able to just be a part of that. And then that led its way into playing on the women's national team in 2010, where we went to Venezuela, won bronze in the World Cup. And then, when you get old, you play first base, which is what I played in the World Cup, but then you retire and go into coaching, and that's exactly what happened with USA Baseball. Took the step to then join the coaching ranks, but also have served on their board of directors for the past almost 15 years.
Since we're on MLB Network, I have to ask, you played for Phil Niekro. He's known as having the nastiest knuckleball in the history of Major League Baseball. Did you ever see it? Did you ever try and catch it?
So one time he approached me on the sidelines while we were warming up before a game. He said, "All right, Dalton, let's see your knuckleball." And I'm like, I'm not a knuckleball thrower, but I picked up the ball and threw it. It was maybe the best knuckleball I've ever thrown in my life. He got big eyes, and he's like, "Can you do that on the mound?" I said, "Sorry, sir, I'm a one and done." So
I'm a hitter.
I never had to do that again. Yeah, I'm not a PO. You gotta give me the bat. I hit dingers, right?
Oh, that's so great. What are the biggest differences between baseball and softball?
More than anything, it's what happens in the circle. Softball and baseball, the pitching piece is the biggest difference. We throw from 43 feet, they throw from beyond 60. So for us, it's the distances and then the release point. We've seen, Jenny Finch go up against the big hitters in the game, and they can't touch that rise ball.
Skylar Wallace went too far. That's the second out of the inning.
And when you can't pick up a release point as a hitter, it's really difficult. So the guys just don't know how to handle the ball coming out from down below that has a little bit of upspin. They only have to worry about side to side and down, where we get to worry about all different quadrants. So that's the biggest difference. And then just the distance of the field.
Swinging, Netz hits it deep to left field. She's done it! Second consecutive game. Devin Netz, touch them all, a homer.
All right, we've got a Wildcat at the plate. This rookie had her first home run yesterday. The GM, a Wildcat legend. Jenny, what did you see there?
A really nice hit. Well, Kenzie, don't negate who you are either, because you right there.
We got a lot of Arizona flavor here.
A lot of navy and red. But that ball left too big. I mean, with Devin Netz to the plate, you've got to make sure that you get that harder in on the hands. That ball creeped back over the wide of the plate. And knowing that she can take that ball deep, just left it too big. And Devin right on top of it, 2 consecutive games with long ball.
What kind of draft pick was she for you guys? I mean, this is a Big 12 Player of the Year who can play first. We just saw clearly what she can do offensively, and also you've used her as a pitcher. How huge was that get for you guys in that college draft?
Well, we knew that everybody was required to carry 5 pitchers. So when Devin was on our draft board, we talked about what a big pickup she would be, because not only were we did not have a first baseman, but we needed some more power from the right side. And she gave it to us in her last at bat.
Yes, she did. Jenny Dalton-Hill, thank you so much for your time. You have put together a really good club this year. It's been fun to watch the rest of the summer. It is now a 7-2 lead. The Bandits on top of the Blaze.
For me to present this golden ticket to one of your very own Wildcats.
I kind of had this shocked feeling, this moment of just, wow, okay, I'm able to actually continue softball. It felt really cool because the little girl that started when she was 8 years old, she just picked up the ball because she was passionate about it. That's something that I was really excited to not only pursue, but also just have fun with other people who are like-minded like me.
The Bandits, with their final selection, choose University of Arizona right-handed pitcher D Netz.
There's a lot that comes with the Bandits name. Those were some of the people and some of the players that helped grow the sport to where it is now, and I don't think we could have done it without those people like them.
Yeah, interesting. D Netz was announced as a pitcher during the draft. She's made her bones so far in this weekend series with a bat in her hand. She's got a couple of homers among her 4 hits so far through the first 2 games of this weekend series. Heck of a bust-out performance for the rookie from Arizona, who I think was giving a tip of the cap to Jenny Finch when she was talking about the Bandits' names of the past.
There you go.
And Jenny Finch played for the Chicago Bandits back when they played in what was known as National Pro Fast Pitch. New pitcher coming on for the Bandits, Odyssey Alexander. Just an embarrassment of riches. Good golly, everyone who comes into the game heralded, ballyhooed, pedigree. One of the best players over the last 10 years in the softball space, Odyssey Alexander.
Well, we were just talking to the GM, Jenny Dalton-Hill, and you heard her talk about how she wanted a pitching staff and team that was very diverse. And so you see Alexander come in after we saw Lexi Kilfoyle, the starter, the drop baller. And so how do you follow up a drop baller? Well, you go to a rise ball and a screw baller. Odyssey Alexander throws the ball up, has up spin, has a little bit more velo, can touch 70 miles an hour consistently. And it's one thing just to draft good arms, but it's another thing to draft arms that complement each other well. And that's, to me, why the Bandits are right now the best team in the league, because their pitching staff, to me, is the most diverse in the league.
Harding strikes out. And back to the top of the order, Ciara Briggs. Briggs has been aboard twice. Led off the first inning with a single. Led off the third with a walk. Eventually stole the base and came around to score the first run of the game for the Blaze. That hit for Briggs in the first inning, her first professional hit. Interesting. Briggs just went in front of the batter's box and drew a line, straight line to the pitcher. I don't know if she's just doodling or if that is a...
No, it's strategic, yep. You'll see a lot of slappers do that. And the reason that slappers will do that is because they're running out of the box. Well, you want to make contact in the box, but you're coming out of the box as you're slapping through. And so the biggest thing for slappers, if you have got to stay on line, you've got to take your momentum up the middle, because it's very easy to peel off early and tell yourself, I'm running to first base, because that's where you're going. So
she's doing it again.
Yeah, you've got to really tell yourself, I've got to keep my belly button sideways, keep my angle towards shortstop, towards third base. Do not peel off early. You've got to give yourself a chance to hit that outside part of the plate. As a pitcher, if I see a slap hitter start to peel off early, well, guess where I'm going? I'm going away. I'm going outside where they can't reach it.
Good pitch by Alexander. She's now struck out the first 2 batters she's faced. Both the strikeouts had been looking.
So you see Alexander go to the screwball away, and this is set up so well by Iakopo behind the plate. I thought she did a phenomenal job framing that up. 2 strikes, too close to take, but that frame job was well executed.
Home plate umpire is Lyndon Baptiste. I'm not really an expert on umpiring, but I think he's done a good job today. I think he's been nice to pitchers. At this level, I think you kind of need to be. These hitters are so good, they see the same pitchers each and every game. I think it's okay to have a wide strike zone.
Absolutely, and reward something over the middle that maybe is up, that maybe is not called in the college game. A lot of times the college strike zone is smaller than the professional strike zone. I don't know why that is. I would love it to be consistent across the board, but I do think if the ball is over the heart of the plate and the strike zone is the sternum to the top of the knees and that ball's coming in above the belly button and it's down the middle, hitters can hit that number 1, so let's call that a strike. And that pitch is not called consistently in our college game.
Ball glances off the bat of Leach. Didn't mean to. She was thinking she's going to be ahead in the count 3-0. It's now 2-1. It's now 2-2. I guess she attempted to lay that down. And so this at bat has really turned on a dime for Aubrey Leach. Two. 3-2. That's a professional at bat for Leach. She was frustrated a bit in the middle of that at bat. Lets it slide off her back, and she works a 2-out walk.
She just does not expand her zone. Such a veteran at the plate. See if she steals. She had a lot of speed at first base.
Anna Gold will bat, second at bat since coming on for Klingler an inning ago. Bailey Klingler began the day as the third baseman, batting average of .516, but was lifted in the third inning for Gold, and Gold came through, RBI single. So the 2 best hitters in the league are not currently in the game. You got Bailey Klingler for the Blaze and Aaron Koffel, who's not playing today, for the Bandits. Koffel off to a great start this year, but unavailable, in case you're wondering where she is.
The depth of these teams is just amazing. Smaller rosters in year 1, but man, 1 through 9, and the talent that we're seeing just come off of the bench, like an Anna Gold in her rookie season.
Oh, beautiful pitch. 3 strikeouts for Alexander here in inning number 4.
Were all 3 looking
Yes,
too?
they were.
Wow, that's one way to do it. Odyssey Alexander, the veteran, good morning, good afternoon, good night, working the screwball, working the drop ball, working the changeup. What an inning.
Now the inaugural season of the AUSL features the Bandits, the Blaze, the Talons, and the Bolts playing across the nation this summer. You don't want to miss the action. Visit theausl.com to buy your tickets today. AUSL, this is legendary. Now these are the cities in which we will see Athletes Unlimited Softball League games being played. Seattle, Salt Lake City, that's middle part of July. Omaha, a bunch of games in Wichita, down the road in Oklahoma City. Sulphur, Louisiana. Never been there before, Kenzie Fowler.
I have not. I've been to Louisiana, or to Lafayette I've been to, and I've been to Baton Rouge in Louisiana. Never been to Sulphur.
Delaney Wiz swings at the first pitch and pops it to left field. Catch made by Corby Otis. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th inning. Emma Lemley still in the game for the Blaze.
Well, just quick plug for all of those cities. If you are a softball fan in one of those cities and the AUSL is coming, you better turn out, because who knows what could happen next year. The league expanding from 4 teams to 6 teams. They will be tied to cities. Yep. We don't know where those cities are going to be, but if you're on the map, I'm guessing that's maybe them, you know, going out to test the market a little bit, say, hey, how's the fan support out here? I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but I'm just saying you better turn out if you're a softball fan and they are coming your way.
Bella Dayton is the batter. Dayton 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. Interesting note, starting to see some trends here as you look at the scorebook. Emma Lemley has recorded 13 outs. Only one of the outs has been on a ground ball. Everything else has either been a strikeout, 3 of those, or a fly ball out. Here's another pop-up. Will it be playable? Just out of the reach of Gold.
Just overran it. We've been talking about the wind all day today, how pop-ups have been an adventure. You can see her using her right hand to find the fence. It's exactly what you want to do. She just came a little bit too tight.
Getting back to the fly ball outs induced by Lemley. It's a lot easier to win games, right, with ground ball outs than fly ball outs. Just, you're playing with fire, particularly on windy days, when every out you're getting is coming in the air.
There you go. There's your ground ball.
There's your second ground ball out. Oh, safe at first is Dayton. Man, did she get down the line.
So fast.
Infield single for Dayton. She's now 3 for 3.
This is why I love her batting in the 6 hole, because of the speed that she provides. It's almost like she's that secondary leadoff for the Bandits in their offensive lineup. Goes to her slap, works the dirt. And will she steal? This is the fastest team in the league. 14 stolen bases.
Here's Iacopo. 0 for 2, reached on an error back in the second inning and fly to center in the third. And Lemley, she's known for how vocal she is in the circle. Call it a grunt, call it a scream.
Grunt.
Talk.
I was a grunter, so I'm gonna take that a little personal. We're grunters.
I was talking to her a couple of days ago. She said that's just kind of always been who she is. Ever since she started throwing and throwing hard, the accompanying grunt.
Just like tennis, right?
Sure.
No different.
Got her this far. Why stop?
The only pitch that she does not grunt on is her changeup. She doesn't throw her changeup very often. She may throw a handful a game, maybe 2 or 3. Does not grunt on her changeup.
Okay, you said you were a grunter. Did you grunt on your changeup?
I don't think so, no.
Called strike 3. Oh, this should be another first. Kowalik, for some reason, kept the ball in her pocket and didn't throw the ball to first in time, and Dayton is safe.
I'm not sure what she was waiting for. So instead of ball 4, it's a strike. Yep, that's a strike all day. And then you can see Danielle Gibson, she's there. She was in position. Should have been an out.
Batter calls time. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Iacopo. Tardy. That'll be a strikeout. 2 down.
It's a great comeback there from Emma Lemley. Pitch, or the right there, she's dead in the water. Not sure where she was looking, or maybe she just got caught off guard. Unfortunate.
Well, home plate umpire, I think, has done a fantastic job, Lyndon Baptiste. He does have a delayed call, and I think maybe that confused Dayton at first.
I think Bella definitely thought it was ball 4 because Mary at the plate dropped the bat, but Kayla Kowalik, she's right there. She can hear the home plate umpire right behind her in her ear saying whether that's a ball or a strike. And so if you hear strike, I am no hesitation. Get that quick out.
2 Hokies battling again. Corey McMillan, Emma Lemley playing at Virginia Tech this past spring. And they're actually taken back-to-back in the first round of the draft. The draft put Sam Landry, Bree Ellis, and then Lemley and McMillan 3 and 4. .89 pitches for Lemley. Three and 1. On the ground, Leach throws out McMillan. Side is retired. One out base hit by Dayton goes by the wayside. Bandits still lead 7-2. Welcome back, everyone. We are in Wichita, a game earlier today in Norman, Oklahoma. And how about Georgina Korek? Complete game shutout.
Man, to go #1, a complete game at this level in this league, and then a shutout? Are you kidding me? Georgina Korek is one of the best spinners in the game. She's not going to blow it by you with velocity, but she's going to spin it curveball, rise ball, changeup, just painting corners. How about the talents?
4-0 win. And update look at the standings. Talents.
They're coming.
Half game behind the Bandits.
Wow.
Bandits do have themselves a lead in 7-2 as we play the bottom of the 5th here in Wichita. Danielle Gibson Horton is the batter. It's the first time today that she's batted with the sunglasses off.
Only you notice those things.
One ball and one strike. Last time up, she reached on a ball that went right underneath the glove of the first baseman, D Netz. So it was ruled a single because the ball was hit so hard. Softly hit right side. McKinney. That was really fun to see McKinney get down so low and spread her glove about as wide as a dinner plate. She's got a small glove, but she spread it so wide, there's no way that ball was going to get underneath her body.
The hometown kid played here at Wichita collegiately. Saw her a lot at shortstop during her time, now at second base. We'll also see her at shortstop, can also see her at third in this league.
Otis is hit with that pitch. Got hit on the left hand. And the home plate umpire may say it hit the bat. Oh, it did! It hit the knob of the bat. And Otis is going to have to come back to the plate. The pitcher, Odyssey Alexander, was looking in, wondering what was going on. She didn't feel like it hit Otis.
Screwball is coming in tight on the hands. Yep.
Oh, it did?
Yep. Good call.
So nothing but a strike.
Our home plate umpire, he is on it.
Yeah, he's earned his meal money. Lyndon Baptiste. How about Odyssey Alexander? Came on in relief of Lexi Kilfoyle an inning ago. She has faced 5 batters, struck out 3. She walked Aubrey Leach. No shame in that. Leach, a tough customer. She just recently got the first out here in the 5th inning. She's got Otis set up. Ball skips to the backstop. What's been the strikeout pitch for Odyssey so far today?
Screwball. Has the ability to work that rise screw combo where it's got that up spin, but the screwball is going to go in more horizontally into a right-handed hitter versus the vertical movement of the rise. Going curve there. Spreading the plate on both sides.
Hard but foul. Odyssey Alexander grew up in Virginia. Didn't have a personal catcher. She had a wall. Would spend hours on end just throwing and throwing and throwing, and the ball bounced back to her. Another good swing by Otis. Orby Otis is not afraid. Well, the old concept, if you can play, they'll find you. That happened with Odyssey Alexander. Grew up in Virginia, and there was enough buzz about her that she was asked to play many different programs. She decided to play travel ball in the Chicagoland area for the Bandits. Bandits, a longtime travel ball team in the Chicagoland area. So she would spend her summers sometimes far away from home with Bandits on her chest. And now as a pro, has Bandits on her chest once again. Pretty cool.
Played at
Dayton, Virginia.
Yeah, played at James Madison, and a lot of eyeballs watched the Women's College World Series. And if you remember a couple of seasons ago, she had that amazing diving play on a squeeze bunt. Probably the best play that we've ever seen at the Women's College World Series, and I don't say that lightly. I think it is still #1. Maybe Jessie Warren. You think about that diving double play that she had against Washington for Florida State. I mean, those two, and I think of World Series catches, I think of Odyssey. I mean, hers wasn't a catch. It was a diving bunt tag where she's tagging out the runner who's coming down the line from third base.
Here's Allie Shipman. Runner on at first is Otis. Shipman woke up this morning in a different state. She was playing for the Talons as recently as Thursday. Talons played a game here in Wichita in this ballpark. She went with the Talons down to Norman and was released. She's on the reserve list, and so she's frequently going to bounce between team to team if she's available. And clearly, she's in demand. She's put up good numbers coming into this game. 3 hits and 9 at-bats with 2 homers and 6 runs batted in. But it was kind of a numbers game with the Talons, and she was once again put back into the reserve pool, and she was immediately picked up by the Blaze, who needed a replacement for Taylor Edwards. And Shipman drove from Norman, Oklahoma to Wichita this morning and is in the starting lineup.
Well, it's been very key to have a reserve pool of athletes ready. You think about Allie Shipman, and right next to her, Mary Iacopo, who's catching for the Bandits, is one of those reserve pool players who has already played for the Volts this season, now wearing another uniform. So you got to have those players. You do not have the minor league system, right? So you have to have those players that can fill in when their number is called, whether that's for the Bandits or for the Blaze. I can just tell you, next season, when we expand to 6 teams, we will have no problem filling the talent. 0. Because you look at who is in the reserve pool right now, that could be another team in this league that could compete right now. There's just so much talent that comes out of our collegiate game, and thankfully there's been enough of players that have been able to play professionally, whether that's here in the States with Athletes Unlimited or over in Japan or in Italy. We were talking about how Bella Dayton has spent some time playing professionally in Italy. There's just too much talent for us not to have a consistent professional presence here in the States.
Odyssey a bit frustrated with that recent call. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the ground to third, whiz to second, and that's the only out they'll get. 2 outs now, and Shipman replaces Otis on at first. Here's the veteran shortstop Ortez. First ball swinging. Wind may keep this in play. It does. Catch is made by Netz, and the side is retired. So another shutout inning spun by Odyssey Alexander, and the lead remains 5 for the Bandits. The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is fueled by Gatorade. Hot and steamy Saturday early evening here in Wichita. Mid-90s temperatures. Oh my goodness, who's that? So glamorous.
Better you than me.
Yeah, if I only knew a camera was on me. Good golly.
And I don't even see you drinking it. I'm like so focused on the game. Top-notch promotion.
Okay, we've made it to the 6th inning. It's getting late here. Sydney McKinney will lead things off against Emma Lemley. Lemley has gone the distance for the Blaze. She has gone the first 5 innings. Trouble spots were in the even innings, the 2nd and the 4th. She gave up 4 runs in the 2nd and 3 runs in the 4th. We've now made it to another even inning. It's the 6th. For those of you who believe in that kind of stuff.
I do not. Do you? I think you do.
I kind of do.
I think you do.
Yeah, particularly with the way this lineup is facing her right now. 9-1-2-3. It's going to be a tough go for Lemley. She has already gone through the lineup 3 times, which in this day and age is rare. Lifted foul out of play.
Well, this is the most important batter in this inning for Emma Lemley, because you think about that 2nd and the 4th inning, those 2 even innings like you're talking about, where the Bandits offensively put up big numbers. Both of those innings started with leadoff walks. So every time Emma Lemley has been able to get that leadoff batter out, the Bandits have not scored.
Okay, so you think that's more important than just even or odd inning?
I think it has to do with the leadoff walks.
Into center field, a leadoff base hit for McKinney. Wichita State Shockers legend Sydney McKinney did a lot of that during her 5 years playing here in Wichita. 244 games, started every single one of them. Career batting average of .451. Her junior year, she hit .522. Her senior year, she actually fell off, hit only .520. What an incredible 5 years of excellence here in Wichita. Gold all over that like a panther. Anna Gold had a great read on it and makes the play. That's out number 1 here in the 6th inning.
I've been so impressed with the defense from this rookie this entire season. We've seen her at third, we've seen her at short. Anywhere that she's been in the infield for the Blaze, she's all over it.
You could say she's a Gold Glover.
Gold Glover, just because of her name and how she plays.
Skylar Wallace, 2 for 3. As Meatloaf would say, that's not bad.
We got one laugh in the back here.
That's all I need.
It wasn't me.
Lemley's getting close to 100 pitches. Hard right into the glove of the first baseman, and they can't get the double play. Kind of a delayed tag by Urtez, and somehow McKinney slides in safely. Great play by Gibson Horton at first, but kind of an awkward tag at second.
Yeah, we're going to have a challenge on this from the Blaze. This is as close as you can see it. Danielle Gibson, she has to turn that way anyway, so you might as well get one out of it before you throw it over to second base. Urtez with a good tag.
I think that McKinney thought.
The Blaze are challenging the call at second base. The call is currently safe.
I think McKinney thought that Gibson Horton, didn't step on first base and they needed to force it? I don't know. I can't justify this. But she clearly slowed down and looked back to first.
Yeah, it causes a very awkward slide. And her front foot slides past the base, so it almost looks like her back foot, her tucked foot, that left
it's her knee. It's her left knee that's actually touching the base.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, she might be out.
I think she is out. Huh. Well, things usually go Sydney McKinney's way here at this ballpark.
Oh, her right foot might be on the side of the base, on the outside. It slides past it, but it kind of hooks back around and ends up on the side. That was a good look.
Well, Scott Mayer was in perfect position. He had the best look of anyone in the ballpark, so I'm going to maybe back off. I thought that this is going to be overturned. I think this is going to stand.
I think it'll stand too. Is this our first challenge? I think so. I think this is our first challenge that we've seen today. We had a couple yesterday.
So we have the home plate umpire, Lyndon Baptiste, on the headset. And he's going to communicate the call to Leah Dami. It's a collaborative affair. Elisa Goller is the one who initiated the coach's challenge. And here we go with the ruling.
After review, the call is upheld.
Okay. Yeah, Scott Mayer was right where he needed to be. After seeing his positioning, kind of thought that was going to the way it was going to go. Okay, so the inning continues. You got a runner on second in McKinney, and you've got D Netz batting. Netz hit a 3-run homer her last time to the plate against Lemmy. Lemley has just thrown her 100th pitch.
See right away both pitches on the outer half to Netz, who just crushed an inside fastball in her last at bat. So as a pitcher, you know that, you're thinking about it, trying to give her something else.
Line drive right into the glove of the first baseman, Danielle Gibson to Fortin, and the side is retired. So it is now 7-2 as we head to the home half of the 6th. We've made it to the bottom of the 6th inning here. Wilkins Stadium, Wichita, Kansas. The Bandits, the best record in all of AUSL softball. They've got themselves a 5-run lead. Biggest blow, a 3-run homer. Back in inning number 4, coming off the bat of D Netz. Her second homer in as many days. We've had 2 homers so far in this series, and both of them have been by D Netz.
That was pretty special to see her first home run as a rookie yesterday and be on the call for that. A little bit of, alumni pride. Watched her a lot at Tucson, and been fun to see her, of course, be drafted by another Wildcat legend in Jenny Dalton-Hill.
Kayla Kowalik. This is the 9th batter that Odyssey Alexander has faced. Kowalik flew out to left field with the bases loaded back in the 3rd inning. That was the best offensive inning for the Blaze. They scored their 2 runs in that frame. After Kowalik, Harding, and then the top of the order, Briggs. Little number, and Kowalik's going to beat that one out each and every time. She can scoop. Leadoff single for Kowalik.
That's the second time in this game where she's had a swinging bunt. Not trying to deaden this ball intentionally. She's going to her slap, but gets an off-speed drop ball, so she's out in front of it. And you can see where her hands just kind of stay back, and all you can do is really tap it. And that's what she does, and that's part of her game, her speed, how she can utilize it. And hey, it's not her plan, but she's getting it done with 2 singles.
So here's Harding. Harding replacing Aaliyah Andrews. who had an awkward fall out in center field in the first inning. Harding's third AB. Hadn't put the ball in play so far. This is her second look at Alexander. Oh, and 2. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Odyssey. That's her 4th strikeout in 10 batters.
Just set up so well. Odyssey Alexander, quick work. This was a screwball that sets up the rise ball. Just working in the inner half, the glove side, climbing the ladder.
I've been so impressed with Bandits pitching so far in the series. It started yesterday with Taylor McQuillan, who didn't give up a hit and had 3 shutout innings. Sarah Willis, kind of an up and down performance. But then today, Lexi Kilfoyle and Odyssey Alexander, good golly, they just come at you in waves.
Well, you think about the 2 arms that we have not seen yet in this series. I'm sure we'll see them in the next couple of days, but the rookies and Emily Kennedy and D Netz, those are 2 All-American arms that we haven't seen yet, right? So those are pitchers that, you know, are climbing the ladder, working their way up to be in that ace role, but the pitchers that are in front of them with Odyssey and Lexi and Taylor, it's really an embarrassment of riches for Coach Newman Denise and our GM, who we've talked to today, Jenny Dalton-Hill.
One, 2. Right back to Odyssey. She's going to get a double play. Too far off the bag was Kowalik, and the side is retired.
Just too cool with it. Odyssey Alexander, one of the best fielding pitchers, just making this look so easy, just effortless. Flip it over, 2 outs.
We've made it to the 7th inning. The Bandits leading the Blaze 7-2. Bandits continue to have the best record in the league. They're 7-2. The Blaze trying to get some production at some point from Carly Hoover, who is back with the team, and she has the potential to be a big deal for the Blaze this summer.
Now, this is a big arm that the Blaze are missing this weekend. This is their #1 pick. This is who they picked first in the draft earlier this year. A righty who throws incredibly hard, was an All-American at LSU, has played professionally in Japan, so a veteran arm that we won't see this weekend, and that hurts in the circle. This is a team that has been struggling to limit the runs. The ERA is high. We've seen them swing it. We've seen them play good defense, but right now, Emma Lemley, the rookie in the circle, she's doing a good job trying to keep her team in it, but it's a heavy load for a rookie to carry as many innings as she's had to carry the last couple of weekends.
103 pitches thrown by Lemley. Gave up 4 runs in the second, 3 runs in the 4th. Bubba Nichols to third. Gold makes the play. Oh, nice scoop by Gibson Horton at first. That's a fun out #1 in the 7th inning.
Just add it to the highlight reel for this rookie. She's got a ton of defensive highlights so far this season. Look at her on the run. And then this is on purpose. She's throwing it in the dirt knowing that Gibson Horton can pick her up at first. The ball will get there a little bit quicker. Played a lot of baseball growing up, Anna Gold did.
She's got a brother who plays professional ball.
Yep.
Detroit Tigers chain. From upstate New York. There's not a lot of elite softball players in the world that come out of central New York. Weather's always a factor. Can't play a ton of games at the high school level. But it worked for Anna Gold. Here's Delaney Wiz. She's from that hotbed of talent, state of California. big picture, let's talk about Lemley's performance. What have you seen out of her through 6 1/3 now?
Well, when it's gone good, it's gone good. And when it's gone bad, it's gone bad. It's just kind of interesting how the way the the Bandits rather, have been able to score in numbers in just 2 innings. It has been 2 innings for the Bandits offensively, and then for the Blaze, that's tough.
Back in that second inning when she gave up 4 runs, only 3 of them, only 1 of them was earned. The inning continued because the shortstop, Anissa Urtez, who usually is airtight, dropped the pop-up. That allowed the inning to continue, and the Bandits, like good teams do, they capitalized. This one's off the glove of Urtez. This one's a hot smash, no chance to catch it. And that's probably going to be a base hit, and that's going to be the 4th of the day for Dayton.
Have a day, Bella Dayton. My goodness. Yeah, this should be a hit. That ball is smashed. And she's doing that out of a slap. That is a power slap. And she has so much speed at first base. I'm telling you, she is sneaky down there in that 6 hole.
4 for 4 for Dayton after going 1 for 3 yesterday. 5 for 8 to begin the weekend. Mary Iacopo. This one into right field, and Harding can't make the play. Pops out of the glove. On her way to third goes Dayton. And we've got runners on at the corners. Harding looked excellent getting to that ball quickly, and it just would not stay in the glove.
Yeah, it looks like she's starting in the sun, and that ball's kind of falling into that shade in that right center gap. She's got the visor on, she has the shades on, just cannot hold on to it. Man, that's unfortunate for the Blaze, who needs to get out of this inning with no damage. They will rule that a single.
So 2 out base hits by Dayton and Iacopo that both find a glove of a Blaze defender before falling to the ground.
Now, if that sun is not there, I'm saying that's an error, but just because of the conditions with how harsh that angle is out there in right field.
Well, what this does is it gives the good folks in Blacksburg a chance to see the matchup that they have been craving. 2 Hokies, Emma Lemley and Corey McMillan. It's the 4th time they've tangled today. Called strike. McMillan struck out in the second inning. She reached on a walk and scored on the homer by Netz in the 4th, and then bounced out to second to end the 5th. One and 2. If Lemley strikes out McMillan, there will be a reaction from Lemley.
Well, I'm sure Emma Lemley knows exactly what she wants to throw right here. 1-2 count. Kayla Kowalik is calling the pitches, but Emma Lemley, I'm sure she has a pitch in mind.
Lifted to left field, and that'll get down. Okay, so we're all even now. McMillan and Lemley, they've had their moments against each other. That'll drive in the 8th run of the game for the Bandits. They lead 8-2.
And how about the bottom of the lineup creating a little bit of 2-out magic? Bella Dayton, Iacopo, and McMillan. 3 straight hits with 2 outs, passing the bat.
Sydney McKinney lifts this one high in the air, deep left field. Gone, a homer! Sydney McKinney, a 3-run homer. Yes, you can come home again. so many moments over the years for Sydney McKinney.
Yeah, she's done this a time or two here, hasn't she? Takes one pitch, a rise ball in the outer half, and just sees it so deep. Her swing is so pretty. Yeah, this got out in a hurry. A little bit of wind helps as well. It's been blowing out that way all game. And Emma Lemley, just a frustrating inning for the rookie.
Yeah, this is going to be really rough for Lemley. She's pitched very well, and she should be back in that dugout. But there's just a couple of plays that weren't made, and they were ruled hits because they were just difficult plays to be made. But that's going to be 4 earned runs allowed this inning by Lemley. 9 straight games to the Bandits with a homer. They didn't homer the very first game of the year, but they've had at least one in every game since. So Morgan Zirkle gets one last chance to bat against Lemley. Just the way that softball's played. Yet Morgan Zirkle is 29 years of age. I bet there have been more than a handful of times in her life that she has faced the same pitcher 5 times in a game, which is what's happening right now. The fact that Lemley is going to go the distance and give up 11 runs, it's unusual.
And we talked about how the Blaze are missing Carly Hoover, their #1 overall pick, but Kaylani Ricketts, another veteran lefty arm, is also out with an injury.
Popped up, out of play.
We still have not seen Alicia Ocasio, the national champion from Florida. We haven't seen her pitch for Blaze this weekend. I'm sure we'll see her tomorrow.
Down the left field line, foul. Second consecutive day that the Bandits have put 11 runs on the board against the Blaze.
Yeah, this team is just flexing. They have it rolling. We've talked about how deep they are in the circle with their pitchers. I love how they're built with their speed. I love the lineup. You look at Morgan Zirkle, who is their leadoff right now. Her and Skylar Wallace, a 1-2 punch. I mean, find me a faster 1-2 punch at the top of the lineup in this league. You won't. It's those two. And then Bella Dayton, I'm telling you, I love her in the middle of the lineup. I think she adds a little bit of just different look instead of those right-handed lefty power bats.
I'm telling you, Morgan Zirkle, even when she makes it out, it's absolute laser beams.
How about another 3-run shot from the Bandits? First D Netz, now Sydney McKinney in on the party. Hometown hero, big swing.
Bottom of the 7th inning, 3 more outs to play with for the Blaze, but they've got some work to do. They're down 11-2. We've got 2 more games here in this wraparound weekend series between the Bandits and the Blaze. Sarah Willis, AO, Alicia Ocasio going to throw tomorrow. And then on Monday, D Netz, the rookie who has impressed so much with her bat. She'll get a chance to throw against Elena Vaughter. Vaughter was the starter in yesterday's game for the Blaze. The starter in yesterday's game for the Bandits was Taylor McQuillan, who has now come on to pitch the 7th inning.
And we start with Lexi Kilfoyle, and then we saw Odyssey Alexander. We are seeing now the Bandits close it out with their lefty. Another ace that this pitching staff has. Taylor McQuillan looked so sharp yesterday. Gave up no hits, just absolutely was in attack mode. Pumping strikes, used a lot of curveballs. You'll see her work away to lefties, inside to righties.
McQuillan, Aubrey Leach. These two know each other exceedingly well. They're playing professional ball against each other for years. Leach is taking the sunglasses off. I told you the story earlier today when we were talking to Jenny Dalton Hill about how she played professional baseball with the Colorado Silver Bullets back in the 90s and played for the national team. On the baseball side, well, Aubrey Leach's grandmother played professional baseball for the Rockford Peaches back in the 40s. That was the team that was made famous by the movie.
Ellie, get around. I got you.
No crying in baseball.
Little Tom Hanks, Madonna.
Gina Davis. Off the pitcher's glove and safe at first base is Leach. She deserved that. Hit that ball really well. Nice attempt by Skylar Wallace, but that'll be a base hit for Leach.
Aubrey Leach just continues to be a professional hitter. When she swings, she puts the bat on the ball. We've talked about how she's so patient at the plate, sees a lot of pitches, knows her zone, knows what she's looking for.
Anna Gold didn't start the day, but this will be her third at bat. She singled in a run back in the third inning, struck out looking against Odyssey Alexander in the fourth, and now batting against Taylor McQuillan.
McQuillan has a lot of upspin. You can see her sometimes pull the string with off speed, whether that's an off speed curve or a changeup, but her hard stuff is going to be up.
Off the thumbs. Going to be playable for the shortstop, Wallace. One down. Now another wonderful all-around performance by the Bandits. The early season juggernaut here in the AUSL. Looks like they're going to hold on and move to 8-2 through their first 10 games. Every team, all 4 teams here in the AUSL, are going to play 24 games during the regular season. Top 2 teams will move on to the championship series, which will be tail end of July in Birmingham, Alabama. Check that, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Rhodes House.
Softly, and that goes off the glove of the second baseman, McKinney. Leach on her way to third, and she makes it with a dive. If she'd gone at feet first, I think she could have taken an extra base. Ball got away from the center fielder, Zirkle. And Gibson Horton moves up to second, so runners at second and third.
Now the single up the middle from Gibson Horton just gets kicked around defensively from the Bandits. Sidney McKinney giving it all her effort, and then Morgan Zirkle just can't come up with it. Even if Leach is standing up at third, there's no reason for her to push it home. You've got to play it very safe here. Only one out here for the Blaze, but a long way to go.
Scored a single by Gibson Horton and then an error by Zirkle, allowing Gibson Horton to go from first to second. Off-speed pitch called strike one to Corby Otis. Back-to-back walks in the third and fifth inning for Otis. This would be a classic case of a welcome to the pros moment for Corby Otis. Last 3 at-bats have been against 3 different arms. Lexi Kilfoyle, Odyssey Alexander, and Taylor McQuillan. Good luck.
I mean, but how exciting is that, right? For a rookie, this is what you dream of. You want to play with players that you've watched compete at the Women's College World Series when you were growing up. I mean, this is the best of the best.
Every at-bat.
It's just so exciting when we get matchups that we wouldn't have been able to see in the collegiate game. Different generations here with Corby Otis, just fresh off of the Women's College World Series at Florida. Taylor McQuillan was there with Arizona back in 2019.
Talked a lot last couple of weeks about the golden ticket concept. College players receiving the golden ticket saying, hey, you're going to be drafted and invited here to the AUSL. Otis got her golden ticket moments after getting a game-winning hit for the Florida Gators in a home game. So she had a walk-off hit and then found out that she's going to be playing pro ball this summer.
Well, that is just excellent planning by the AUSL marketing team. That's all I'm going to say. I'm sure they planned that.
Just have a feeling.
Yeah.
I tell you, Otis gives you a good at bat. If you strike her out, you've done something, because she is locked in at all times.
I love to see rookies that are keeping jobs. I think Corby Otis has been keeping a job this season. I mean, even if she strikes out in this at-bat, it just shows you how gritty she is as a rookie. You can also think of what Anna Gold has done defensively at third base for Blaze. I mean, there's a couple of rookies. D Netz with her power.
Hey, how about that? Otis a base hit to right field. That'll drive in Leach. And runners on at the corners with 1 out. Corby Otis against Taylor McQuillan battles and battles and battles until finally getting a base hit.
I would not like pitching to Corby Otis. 2 walks and a single, sees so many pitches.
Here's Allie Shipman, 0 for 3 in her debut with the Blaze. Both Shipman and McQuillan from Southern California. For those who don't know, Allie Shipman is the younger sister of Madison Shipman. Doesn't take much to figure it out. Very similar stances. McQuillan strikes out Shipman, 2 down.
A much needed second out from Taylor.
Okay, last chance for the Blaze. Anissa Urtez, 1 for 3 today. Off-speed pitch low.
That is just unfair, and that's how you set it up. First pitch off speed, and then what do you follow that with? What do you take advantage of that first pitch off speed? You're going high heat. Those are 2 opposite pitches. Back-to-back rise. Slow down to speed up. And now you have time to play. You can climb the ladder even more. You see 2 big swings out of a rise ball. There's no reason to go low. If you do, I'm going change up again in the dirt, but I'm going back up, high rise. There it is.
Again, 3 straight pitches at the eyeballs, and Urtez strikes out. McQuillan slams the door. It's an 11-3 win for the Bandits.
The Bandits continue to impress. Defense, check. Base running, check. Pitching, check. And offense, yeah. 2 3-run shots. They have got it rolling.
The Bandits now with 8 wins in their first 10 games. They remain in first place with a bullet in the AUSL standings. We've just got a handful of games remaining in our first half of the schedule before we get to that mid-summer break. You've got 2 more games in this series, Saturday or Sunday and Monday, Bandits and Blaze, and down in Norman, you've got 2 more games between the Talons and the Volts. And then we will take a 2-week break. We're going to call it a mid-summer siesta.
Yeah, the Talons just 1 game behind the Bandits. They are clawing at the heels, but man, the Bandits, I'm so impressed. I love watching this team play. And again, just, you know, heartbreak for the Blaze. Cannot really get right on a couple of things. Pitching continues to be an issue. But this is the big leagues, and man, the Bandits look good.
A combined 14 runs, 23 hits, and the Bandits with a win to go to 8-2. The Blaze with the loss. They now have lost 7 consecutive games. Sure hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again tomorrow for game 3 of this 4-game series. For my partner, Kenzie Fowler, I am Eric Collins saying goodbye, everybody, from Wichita, Kansas.